प्रभु ना दर्शन करता,
ओम नमो हरिहंताणं।
सिद्ध प्रभु ना दर्शन करता,
ओम नमो सिद्धाणं।
आचार्यो हरिहंत प्रभु ना दर्शन करता,
ओम नमो हरिहंताणं।
सिद्ध प्रभु ना दर्शन करता,
ओम नमो सिद्धाणं।
आचार्यों ने वंदन करता,
ओम नमो आयर्याणं।
Jai Jinendra, everyone. A very, very warm welcome from the trustees of Oshwal Association of UK. First and foremost, wishing all of you a happy new year. Nuttan Varshana Abhinandan to each and every one of you. I'm completely overwhelmed today by the response of this new class, Transformational Meditation. Want to welcome our teacher for the next 9 sessions, Vishalbhai Shah. Just some housekeeping. Of course, it's vitally important if you can to attend all 9 sessions. Vishal will go through all the ins and outs of the actual workings of the class today. We very much hope these 9 sessions will be life-changing for all of you, will be very much transformational for all of you. This is something which we've been working on for some time. Many people have asked for these classes, and finally we have now set the course on this. The numbers who have registered literally within the first couple of days, first few days, has been astounding. It's probably the biggest we've had in any of the initiatives, and that's a testament to all of you who are taking an interest in this class. Wherever you're logging in from, whichever part of the country, thank you so much on behalf of the Oshwal Association of the UK. Questions, please pose on the chat, which we will take at the end. Obviously, Vishal may well do some interactive during the session. So without further ado, what I want to do is hand over to Vishalbhai to commence the first session of Transformational Meditation. Welcome, Vishalbhai.
Thank you, Shandip Bhai. Really nice to be here and to see so many people that have joined us today. We weren't actually expecting this. I think we set our capacity at about 100 and really overwhelmed and humbled actually to see that so many have been able to be here with us. And yeah, welcome everybody. It's really good to see that a lot of you have got time here to come today and to do this meditation session. We're going to have 9 sessions spread over the next few weeks, taking us all the way into January. But before we actually begin this session, I'd like to, say a big thank you to the Oshwal community and especially Shandip Bhai for thinking about this. He messaged me one day and he said, Vishal, let's do this. How about we do these meditation sessions for the community? And I thought, wow, what a wonderful idea. So I still remember sitting in that coffee place and talking about this. So really appreciate and really grateful to give me this opportunity to be able to serve all of you and to really be of service from my heart to everyone that has turned up today. So I just like to, some of you, if you've been to my sessions before or you've been on Zoom with me before, I like my sessions to be quite interactive. So if you can just type in the chat, where you're joining us from, which part of the UK, because I think most of you are from the UK, from the Oshwal community in the UK, just to have an idea. It'd be nice to know where you're joining us from. If you can type in the chat, maybe it's the northwest, south of London, anywhere up north in the UK. You can see then where you're joining us from. Brilliant. So I'm not getting any messages right now. I don't know whether that's to do with some settings, but hopefully that's brilliant. They're coming in now. Fantastic. Joining from Stanmore, Northwest. Some of you are now putting them down. Brilliant. Okay, so East London. Yes, fantastic. Now, the way we want to start this session is, as you type in where you're joining us from, is letting go of anything that we are carrying before we come here today and begin this beautiful journey of 9 sessions where we go through the 7 chakras, opening them up as we go through. By the way, there is a reason why I've worn black today, and I will explain it to you later why it's black. But we want to start off by letting go. Okay, so we'll do a short meditation. Fantastic. I can see Stanmore, Northwood, Leicester, Palmer's Green. Excellent. So a lot of people from all over the place, a lot of them mainly from London. One person from Norway. Wonderful. That's my friend Rena, I think. Chorleywood, Hemel Hempstead. Excellent. So now that you've typed it in, where you come from, I want all of us to compose ourselves before we begin this journey. By closing our eyes, I'll take you through a very short meditation, just to let go of any stresses, any anxieties you might have got from this week that has just started, or over the weekend, maybe something's happened, so that we can be here very fully present and be open to what we are able to receive today. Okay, so sitting comfortably, close your eyes, and I really want you to do this really well. Okay, I hope all of you are actually attending these sessions from your laptop or an iPad or tablet. Ideally, you want to do that not on a mobile phone, because you don't want to be holding a phone whilst you are doing these meditations. Okay, so let's close our eyes. Start to take deep breath in. Deep breaths in, bringing ourselves to this very moment, keeping our focus here, and letting go of any thoughts that we might have, of any stresses that we might have gone through in our day. Maybe it was a work day for you today. Maybe it's something that happened over the weekend. And just letting all of that flow out. Maybe even making an intention to be fully present here during this session for about an hour and 15 minutes maybe. And let go of all judgments about maybe me, why Vishal is wearing a black shirt, why he's got a fat nose. Letting go of any judgments about yourself, how you should be in this moment, any expectations that you may even have for these sessions, how these sessions should be, what results you should get from these sessions, and also expectations about how you should be in these sessions, letting all of that go. Because the moment you let go of all of those judgments, expectations, you're going to be fully present here in this very moment, and for the whole of this session, really open to receive what you're about to get. And as you let this energy flow through your arms, your hands, out through your palms and fingers, and then also out through your legs and out from your feet and toes, you become fully present here in this very moment. Okay. Take a deep breath in, and when you're ready, you may open your eyes. Wonderful. Lovely. So I'm going to share some slides. If you bear with me a moment, I'm just going to put them up so that we can begin the session. So they're up now. So this, like I said, is the first session. And today what we're going to cover is how and why meditate. This session may seem a little bit basic, but it is for people who are beginners, who may have also been meditating for a long time. It's very important that you pay your full attention. So be fully present and not doing anything on the side, like maybe eating or doing the dishes while you watch this session. I would say go to a room, put your laptop down, and fully be present. Okay? So I'll start off by the agenda first. So a little bit of housekeeping, as we always do. The agenda, before we do that, housekeeping. I do this when we do our workshops, but you know, because you're at your own home, you know, there's not going to be a fire drill today. Okay, if there is a fire or a smoke alarm that goes off, then you know the fire exits in your own home. You know where the toilets are. Okay, and with regards to what we're going to be doing today is we'll do introductions. Okay, a little bit about myself maybe, and also we'll talk a little bit about the app that most of you have now downloaded. How we're going to be using it today, and for the rest of the sessions, we will talk about then why meditate. What is the reason that we meditate? Okay, and I'll share my journey with you as well, so you know how I came about to meditate, because I was one person who never even prayed before 2012. Then we'll talk about the scope of these sessions that we're going to have, these 9 sessions that we will have over these few weeks, and then why me? Why is it me that is taking you through these sessions? I'm sure you want to know why Vishal and not somebody else. We're also going to then talk about how to meditate. How is it that we, you know, sit in meditation? What is it that we need to have? Talk about all of that, because you know when we're in that state, or we want to go into that state of meditation, we need to make sure that our environment is the right environment. Okay. Then we're going to do a beautiful meditation exercise, because I want to really keep it simple today. The reason being is we are starting off on this journey. We don't want to deep dive straight away. We want to start slow and surely. So we'll do a short meditation exercise today, which is quite in familiar surroundings in your visualization, which will make it easier for even those people who have never meditated before to start meditating. Okay. Now, then I'll ask you to share. So we've got the chat here, which you can type in your sharings. You know, if I ask you to share, then do put down in the chat how you felt the exercise was. And then as we go through it after the sharings, we'll have a Q&A session. Like Shandipai said, we'll from the chat, we'll answer some questions depending on how much time we have. And then we'll talk about how we did today and what's going to happen next week. Okay, so that's what it is, the agenda, and what the housekeeping looks like. Now, in the chat, what I would like to see is I want to know from all of you that are attending today, how many of you are meditators or are good meditators? I mean, I want you to give a score between 0 and 10. Tell me, 0 being you've never meditated before, 10 being you're an expert in meditation. You do it regularly, you do it every day, you can meditate for hours. If you can just put a score in, it'd be nice to know, okay? Just to know what kind of audience I have today. So we've got a lovely audience of 265 participants. That's amazing. Fantastic. And I'm seeing the numbers come in. So a lot of 2, 0, 6, 1, okay, 3, okay. Fantastic. I'm not, oh, a 7, brilliant, wonderful. So, oh, 8 as well. So we've got people who are really good meditators and many who are, in their 0s, 1, 2, 3, which is fine because remember one thing in these sessions, there is no judgment. Okay, wherever you are, everyone's at their own journey, at their own place, and we're all starting from where we are and moving forward. And by the end of these 9 sessions, where I want all of you to be is, to be in a place where, not again comparing with anyone else, but to be in a place where you've achieved your best. Okay, so we only compare ourselves to ourselves, but we want to do what's best for us. Okay. So fantastic. So a lot of numbers coming in, 2, 0s, 3s, and 4s. Okay. Now select. Okay. Kelly's put in a message. I think select my name to respond to the question being asked. All right. Okay. So that's for those people who are putting their numbers in the chat. So we've got a 10 there. Fantastic. Brilliant. That's really good to know. Got 7s, 4s. Awesome. So thank you so much for putting the scores in. It's good to know the kind of audience we have today and gives me an idea of how to pitch what I'm going to be sharing with you today. Okay. Now, let me go back to my slides. Give me 1 second again. Just going to share that, and there we go. So we've covered the agenda and housekeeping. Now, most of you, like I said, have downloaded the Live with Mindfulness app. We're really going to be using this during these 9 sessions where, a lot of the things that we're going to do on the app is to help you determine where your blocks are. I'm sure a lot of you would like to know where your blocks are in your energetic body, and this will help us take us forward on this journey. Okay, so if you've got the app on your phone and you've downloaded it, then if you do not see the profile icon on the right-hand side, it means that you haven't signed up yet. So what you need to do is sign up, and then what you'll be able to see is the profile icon, as you can see down here on the right. I mean, the community and tracking you will not be able to see for now, but this is for more advanced users. But at least what you should be able to see is the Discover icon here in the menu, and the Learn icon, as well as the profile icon on the right-hand side. If you've got it there, that's fantastic. That means you've signed up, and you'll be able to see the masterclass in there. That's available for free, and also you'll be able to watch my story, because I'm not going to be spending a lot of time talking about myself today, because that is available on the app for you to see at your own time. It's only about 10 minutes where I've shared the reason why I do what I do. Okay. Now let's go on to the next slide. This slide is about really why is it that we meditate? Okay, why is it that we meditate? Now, the meditations that we're going to be doing in these 9 sessions are transformational meditations. They're not meditations that you will find anywhere else, for example on YouTube, or they're not the good feel meditations, but these are meditations that are transformational. And the reason why I say they're transformational is because they're really going to open up your energetic body. Okay, and the reason why we want to open up our energetic body is because of the blockages that we have. Now, if you're going through life, and I'm sure all of us have some kind of issues in our lives, whether it's health issues, whether it's relationship issues, whether it's career or lack of purpose issues, yeah, we all have some issues in our lives, and all that is telling us is, hey, there is something that is within us that we need to address. right? So when I go through a dark period in my life, as I went through back in 2012, 2013, at that time, by the way, I didn't know, because most of us, what we do is we either fight that situation or we try and run away from it. But nowadays, what happens is, if I come through a difficult situation in my life, I see it as an opportunity. Okay? Because that darkness that has come through in my life, there's a reason for it. And when you see any kind of darkness in your life as an opportunity, the whole thing changes around. Because then what you're doing is you're trying to find out, why is this that it has come into my life? What is the reason that it has come into my life? And when you go within, like they say, you find all the answers. So I actually am very grateful if something dark comes into my life. Now you'll be thinking, what the hell is Vishal talking about? But yes, I'm really grateful for something, if something happens that is quite dark in my life, because that's telling me that, hey, here is what I need to peel off. There's a layer that I need to peel off so that I can go deeper and deeper and connect to who I truly am. Right? So this is why I really want you to pay attention during these sessions, because I'm going to be sharing these experiences that I've had. You may call them nuggets of wisdom, whatever you want to call them, but this is something that will really help you moving forward in your life. Okay. Now here I'm going to share a short story too. So this was a story that when I was back in university, and this was the first year in university, and I used to play a lot of squash, actually. I wasn't very good at it, to be honest, but when I was playing it in the evenings when I came back from my lectures, I went to play squash, and there's a friend who, well, he actually had come from Japan, so he became a friend, and he used to stay with us in those university flats. He was a big guy, not very unusual for a Japanese guy to be a big, stout guy, but he was a rugby player, and he was a professional rugby player, as in he used to play for the university team. Now, he goes to me one day, Vishal, why don't you teach me how to play squash? So I said, okay, fair enough, I can teach you. And I thought, he doesn't know how to play, so I'm easily going to beat him, right? So I taught him how to play. We had quite a few sessions over a few weeks. And then what happened after some time is he started beating me. And I was like, what? It didn't take long for him to start beating me, but he was really strong. Like I said, he was a professional rugby player. He used to play for the university team. He used to be in challenges between universities. They used to play against other universities. And hey, just after a few weeks, he was like really beating me badly. So there is a morale behind this story. Okay, I want you to write in the chat, what do you think is the morale behind this story? That somebody came to me, he wanted to learn how to play squash. A few weeks, yes, I taught him how to play it, but he was so strong. He had this inner strength inside of him that he started to beat me, even though I'd been playing squash for many, many years. So I'm going to stop the share here. I'm going to see in the chat, what do you think is the morale of that story? You transform the dark side to the light side. Ego, yes, don't underestimate. Fantastic. Past life, negative information, never underestimate. Your friend was focused. Yes, so really good meanings to that story, right? But the real morale was that if you have that inner strength, if you are able to connect to that strength that you have from within, you can get through life and overcome any challenges that you come across. Okay? So just reading some messages here from the chat. He had the drive, dedication, fantastic. Yeah, exactly. So again, just going back into the slides, this is what we are here to do. The reason why I shared this story is because when you clear your chakras, you find that inner strength, because when you are able to clear and when you're able to connect to your true self, who you really are, you have equivalent strength of 1,000 suns. Okay, and when you have that sort of strength, you can overcome any situations in life, any challenges. This just like the challenge that he had. The challenge he had was to beat me, his teacher, right? So he beat me. So with that inner strength that he already had by playing rugby and quite muscular in that way, a body that was quite built up, you can overcome anything that comes into your life. Okay? So in the same way, as we open these chakras, we find that inner strength, we connect to our real self, and you connect to the powerful being that you are. You can overcome any health issues, you can overcome any relationship issues that you might have, you can find your purpose, you can find the career that gives you satisfaction and fulfillment. Okay? So that was the moral of the story. And thank you all for sharing on the chat, those who shared what they thought. So this is how it all works. Now, this is very important, so listen to this very carefully. The chakras that you see here on this slide, you can see the Muladhara at the bottom, the Swadhisthana, the Manipura, the Anahata, Visuddha, Ajna, Sahasrara. Now this information is out there a lot. We find it on the internet. But what I'm going to share here with you is this. All the experiences that you've been through in your life, especially the traumatic experiences, maybe when you were a child, maybe in your past life, when you went through an experience, maybe you've carried something from your ancestors. What happens is our ancestors, want to live through us too. Okay, so this is really weird, but they want to live through us too, and it is our job, as a spiritual being. I mean, our highest purpose after everything that we do, the businesses that we run, the careers that we have, the family roles that we play, our highest purpose as a spiritual being is to allow this energy through the chakras to flow freely through us. So if you see, I don't know if you can see my mouse here, but the energy should flow freely through these chakras, up and down from the Sahasrara, coming through all the way to the Muladhara, and going from the Muladhara, which is the root chakra, by the way, all the way to the crown chakra, which is the Sahasrara. Okay, that is our spiritual purpose. This is the ultimate purpose. The reason why we've actually come onto this planet, onto this earth, which they call the school, that we have to achieve. And the way we do this is by clearing all those blocks. The karma, the experiences that we've had in the past, whether it was anger or frustration or, some deeds that we've done towards others, maybe we've hurt people, all of this makes an imprint on our chakras. It leaves an imprint. Okay? And our purpose is to clear these imprints that have been left there. So tell me now in the chat if you've quite understood that, the reason why we meditate. Because through meditation, we can clear all these imprints. And to get out of this cycle of life and birth that, we very well know about in Jainism and, we've been taught about, this is one way to do it. To be able to clear these imprints such that we cannot repeat the same cycle over and over again. Okay? Does that help? I mean, does that make sense? Just let me know a yes or a no if it doesn't on the chat. It'd be nice to know if I'm making any sense to you guys today. It's been a long day for me, sorry. So, fantastic. I'm getting a lot of yeses. Wonderful. So the meditations that I've created are very much to do with clearing these chakras, these imprints that have been left. Okay. So not yet describe what is a chakra. Yes, we will go through that definitely. Yes, definitely. I'm looking forward to this 9-week journey. Fantastic. Wonderful. So a lot of yeses. So Shani Bhai has asked me to describe a chakra. So a chakra is, if you think about pools of energy, okay, pools, and you've seen the 7 chakras, and if I go back to the slide, maybe you'll be able to visualize this. So here we go. So as you can see here on the slides, these 7 chakras, you've got the Muladhara, which is the root chakra in English, Swadhisthana, which is the sacral chakra, Manipura, which is the solar plexus, Anahata, which is the heart chakra, Visuddha, which is the throat, the Ajna chakra is the third eye, and the Sahasrara is the crown chakra. Okay? Now, if you think about these as pools of energy, so you can liken them to a pool of water, right? Now, these pools of energy are all connected to each other. So if you think about these pools of water, imagine it's easier to imagine something that you can touch and feel, right, rather than energy. So think about pools of water. And if there is a block somewhere in that flow between these pools, these 7 pools of water, what will happen? The water will not be able to flow freely through, right? So in the same way, these chakras are pools of energy, and if there are blockages in these pools of energies, the energy wouldn't be able to flow freely through the chakras. Okay. Now, this is what is interesting is the blockage is actually caused by the experiences that we've been through, the traumatic experiences, the karma, not only from this life, and that is really, it's difficult. That's why to understand this, why is it that I'm carrying everything from my past too? But you are, because it's all repeating again and again until you clear it. Yeah. So I hope that's helped. So this is what it is about. What we're going to do over the next 9 weeks or so is to go through each chakra and try and clear. I'm not promising anything, because it all depends on how you practice, how you do these meditations, how committed you are, right? But I've had many people who have really committed themselves to this process, and they've been able to just clear, and they've actually found their purpose in life. Okay, now, so it is about opening and balancing each chakra at a time, and that's what we're going to do. Okay, so the next slide, I'm just going to move over to the next one. So what are the sessions about? Now, it's always easy to describe something when you talk about what it is not about. Okay, so this is why this slide is what these sessions are not about. Okay, I'm just going to move the video on the other side so I can see. So these sessions that we're going to do over the 9 weeks, they are not feel-good sessions like I already mentioned. These are sessions that, yes, there will be a little bit of emotion coming up, because it is through emotions that we can actually clear these chakras. This is another, if you've got a paper and pen, you want to write this. But through emotions is one of the ways that you can clear what's in your chakras. And it will be in our meditations, if we get through these meditations, they will be emotional. They're not always feel-good meditations. I'm not saying we wouldn't do any feel-good meditations, because sometimes, you want to have a break and you want to do a nice feel-good meditation, but really these are transformational meditations. So yes, there will be emotions surfacing. You'll be working with these emotions and you'll be letting go of them. Okay. What they're not is also they're not really standalone sessions. This is why it is very important, now that you've attended this first one, to keep on attending these sessions all the way till the last 9th session. If you miss one, I'm hoping there's going to be a replay available straight away, or maybe a couple of days later, that you can watch. Let us send all our love to Kilitbhai, who's the technical person who's doing the recording and everything, and who hopefully will be able to give us a replay straight away. But I know he's a very busy man, so if you send him a lot of hearts in the chat, then he may be able to do that. But they're not standalone sessions. So ideally, you want to be here every week, and you want to attend these sessions, and you want to do the exercises that I will be sharing at the end of this session. And as you do these exercises throughout the week, you will notice changes that will be happening throughout your week. You will be seeing different experiences, and you'll be seeing a big change come through you. Okay? The thing is, I need commitment from you to do it diligently, every day, day in, day out. They are not religious sessions, because there's nothing wrong with religion, but religion is the experience of somebody else that we're learning about, right? So, for example, in Jainism, we're learning about the experience that Mahavir Bhagwan went through, or the Tirthankars went through. In Christianity, we are learning about what Jesus Christ went through, etc. But these are not religious sessions. They're all about your own experience. And this is what I'm here to do. My purpose in this lifetime is to show you how you can experience this by yourself. Okay, so you are going to be experiencing this, and thus they are not religious sessions. Now, the other question is, why me? Why is it that I'm taking you through this? Now, a little bit about myself, but like I said, I've already shared that on the app, and you'll be able to watch that for 10 minutes. It's a short video. But why me? Because I went through a dark time myself. Like I said, I never used to pray. And once I went through that time, I was trying to fight and fly. But then I found out that the reason why everything's happening to me is because of what I'm carrying within myself. And in fact, it's, I mentioned this also a lot, is the way I figured this out was a 2-minute conversation with Jinebai, who came to the Perusian back in, I think it was about 2012, 2013 it was. And he just asked me, Vishal, hey, start meditating. And when I started to meditate every day for 6 months at least, an hour and a half, I went within myself to find out what is it that's happening with me. And as I went within myself, I found the answers. So after that, I've been doing this work, I've been doing these sessions, as you can see here. I had this incredible opportunity to also meet this amazing guy. Many of you might have heard of him. Bob Proctor is now passed on. He was in the documentary on Netflix, The Secret, if you watched it. And he does, he has an inside-out approach, but he's very much focused on leadership. So I had the opportunity to meet him. And also I do these sessions, some of them, as you can see on the top right, with a public body like councils or government bodies, and also privately there, as you can see me doing a workshop-like environment. So what this has happened over time as I've been through this journey, things have improved in my own life. I never used to be able to stand up and speak. I used to sweat, my hands used to sweat, and a word I wasn't able to say a word in front of so many people. And now it's so easy to speak in front of hundreds and thousands of people. So this is what this can do to you. It can bring back everything. Your life becomes happy. You're fulfilled as well. You have this amazing amount of joy in your life, and it becomes wonderful. Okay, so this is, again, I mentioned this not to impress you, but to make an impression on you. I share all of these examples. It's not about me, but it's really about you, because that's where my focus is. Okay. Now I want you to write down, why is it that you are attending these sessions? You can just write one word. Maybe it's a health issue, maybe it's a relationship issue, and a lot of people will not want to admit relationship issues. That's fine. Or if it's a career issue that you have, just write in one word. Why? What is your why? Because the reason why I ask you to write this down on the chat is, when you know your why, when you know why is it that you will want to learn how to meditate, and it is a strong why, like I had a very strong why, because I could not find answers anywhere else. I had gone to the doctors, I'd gone to the hospital. I'll probably have ended up in a mental asylum, or I would have ended up, not being here anymore on this planet, right? But my why was so strong that it led me to find a path. So if your why is very strong, I want you to write it down. There's a reason why I ask you to write it down, because it creates an intention in your mind. The intention that because your why is so strong, that you will actually go through these sessions and do the exercises and commit yourself to this journey. Okay, fantastic. So I can see that a lot of chats are coming up. If I'm just gonna put the chat up here rather than getting out of the slides. restlessness, lack of confidence, curiosity, health issues, again, curiosity, to know yourself. Fantastic. That's a wonderful reason as to why you want to do this. I had a person who'd come to me and said to me, "Hey Vishal, I want to leave this earth, leaving everything behind, leaving all my baggage behind. I want to leave this place as a happy man." He was a 74, 75-year-old man, and yeah, it worked. It's, if that's your intention, that's fantastic. So be a better person, inner peace, brilliant. I'm reading a lot of these answers here on the chat, and it's lovely to see the whys. And this is what I want you to hold on to. What is your why? Okay, because that will take you really, really far. Okay, lovely. Finding peace, inner peace, spirituality, curiosity, and know myself. Excellent. So now here I'm going to just share, what this has led me to do. So they started calling me the superconscious mind communicator, and you'll find me here on YouTube if you just type in Vishal Shah meditation. So with permission, I have shared videos here of people who've been through where they've connected to the superconscious mind, and these are the real teachers. I'm not a teacher, any more than they are. In fact, they are the real teachers, because they have said yes to me. They have said yes, share our videos so others can learn. For them to be so vulnerable and to be able to allow me to share these videos. And these videos, when you see them, you'll learn so much, because in these videos, you'll be able to see how we communicate with the superconscious mind and how it can actually help you to overcome a lot of issues in your life, how it can clear your chakras, help you clear your chakras, and help you come to realizations that otherwise you would never have come to. Okay? So this I thought I'd share here. If you'd like to, you can maybe even subscribe to my YouTube channel, because the reason why I ask you to do that is every time I upload a video, you'll get notification of it. Okay, that's the only reason. So now let's go on to the next slide about how to meditate. Now this is very important. I think I already saw some questions about how to meditate. So again, we're going to debunk some myths about meditation, and I think this is the best way to do it. Is what is it that we feel that we must do, but it's not really necessary, or maybe it's necessary? Let's find out. Okay, so meditation needs to be done at a certain time of the day. It's not necessary to do meditation at a certain time of the day. Yes, there is a thin window between this plane and the spiritual world, and that happens between 3 to 4 in the middle of the night. So between 3 and 4, that's the window that if you meditate, you will connect very quickly. But it's not necessary. When I started my journey, I wasn't meditating at that time. It will come. It will come at a later stage, and it will naturally come, because nowadays what happens is in that window of that time between 3 and 4, I automatically wake up. And I know I've got to meditate, and I always meditate between that window between 3 and 4 a.m. in early morning. But I'm not saying you should put up an early morning alarm and disturb your partner or anybody else in the family, because you don't want to do that. But start meditating any time of the day. It's fine. When you start and you get to a certain point in your journey, you'll automatically start waking up at that time, because that's when the window is really open between this world and the other world. Now, meditation can only be done in a sacred place. A lot of us, we think that, it should be done in a temple or in a place where, in our homes, where we can sit and, we call it our own. Yes, you can do that. You can make a space where this is your go-to space. This is where you want to, be, and no one else is allowed in. Maybe it's a room, or maybe a corner of a room. That's what you call your meditation place. You can do that. At the same time, meditation can be done anywhere. Okay, you can, even now, as you are watching me on this laptop, or whatever you're using, you can meditate. Okay, and we will be doing that. We will be doing meditation. You can meditate on the sofa. You can meditate on a chair, wherever you want to. Okay, so it doesn't have to be a sacred place. But some people do prefer that, and that's fine. Meditation needs to be done sitting cross-legged and with a straight back. Again, yes, that is the best position. And I don't know, some of you, if you've been to the sessions that I've held at Avanti in person, a lot of us do sit down, including myself, cross-legged, straight back. But the key here is to be comfortable. So if you're sitting down cross-legged and then your legs and are aching and paining and your back is aching, then guess what? Your focus is going to go there. Yeah. So you don't want to meditate where you're in an uncomfortable position. So make yourself comfortable. You can even meditate whilst lying flat on your bed, right? I do that sometimes. So lying flat on your bed, you can meditate as long as you're comfortable. Okay. So it doesn't have to be in any particular position. But yes, as you grow in your practice, you will find that you'll be able to keep your back straight. You're able to keep your legs crossed for a long period of time, and then you can do that. I'm talking too much, am I not? I hope you're all with me. So meditation can only be done on an empty stomach. Now, preferably, yes, you want to do meditation. And when I do my sessions, the one-to-ones that I have, I ask people to, not have much to eat, preferably on an empty stomach, because you can really connect and your energies are not focused in digestion or going through any of that sort of activities in your body. But if you've eaten light, if you're hungry, at the same time, you don't want to have those hunger pangs whilst you're meditating, because again, your focus is going to go there. So you want to meditate where you're, not too full. And if an empty stomach is what you can maintain, then that's perfect, because you have access to all your energy in your body, because meditation is all about energy, right? So if your energy is being spent elsewhere, then you're not able to fully use it. Okay. Right. So now we come to doing the meditation. Now, the other thing that I would like to share here also is make sure when you're meditating that there are no distractions or disturbances. Switch off your phone, preferably not on silent, but actually switching it off so it doesn't vibrate. And you want to be away from children, pets, so there's no disturbance. So find a place where you can maybe lock yourself in your room and you meditate. And at the same time, remember always to let go of any expectations. Whatever's going to come to you will come to you without any expectations. If you do these meditations without any judgment, let go of all those judgments, judgments about my accent. I'm a Kenyan, Guju, Indian, mixed completely, half raised here in the UK, so I will live my life half here, completely, So don't worry about that. Just no judgment on the sessions, no judgment about yourself. Don't criticize yourself. Be the way you are, and you'll find that you will get the best results. Okay? So, and the other thing, of course, surrender yourself. Surrender yourself to the moment completely. And I'll share more about surrendering as we go through this session, because surrendering was one of the biggest things that helped me get out of the state that I was in. Okay? Now, in the chat, are we all doing okay? Let me know. Yes, if you're all doing okay and you're keeping up with the pace. Am I too fast? Let me know. Or am I too slow? Yes. Very happy. Perfectly. Fantastic. Thank you. Wonderful. Okay. So getting a lot of yeses. It's always good to get feedback. Brilliant. Thank you so much. So now what we want to do is we're going to do a short meditation where we're going to, it's a meditation in familiar surroundings. Okay, this is the reason why it's very simple, so that everyone in some way can connect. Okay, so I'm just also want to check on the time. Just bear with me. 20. Okay, so I hope you're doing okay. Right, so what we'll do is, whilst I want you to make yourself comfortable at this point, I'm going to also connect my microphone and my speakers. So whilst I do that, I want you to sit comfortably. If you want, you can actually get a shawl or drink some water before we start. It's a short meditation, it's not too long. And I'm going to Whilst you do that, connect the speakers or the headphones. I'm going to put some music. I didn't need my friend Rina here to tell me. Just put me in the chat if the voice is coming in okay, whilst I also put on the music, okay? Just give me 1 second whilst I adjust myself. Also adjust yourselves, you know, make sure you're comfortable, let all the distractions go. And I'm going to share the music. Okay. So this meditation is really about familiar place, and what familiar place better than your own home?
Hi Vishal, there's no music yet
Know
in here.
where things are in our home. I'm just trying to find the music here. Just bear with me. Okay, I think that should do. Okay, so everyone ready now? I really want you to be focused. I'm going to test it out first, the sound, if it's coming in okay. Share the music. Okay.
Brilliant, we can hear it.
You can hear it? Yeah, Kilith? Okay.
Loud and clear, thank you.
Fantastic. So I also wanted to check, you know, because with Rina I have this setting, so she knows exactly how it looks, what it feels like. So Rina, if you can tell me if you can hear my voice, okay, and the music's okay. Yes, fantastic. Okay, brilliant. So just that combination. Lovely. All right. So now I want all of you to close your eyes. Closing your eyes, allowing the music to take you deeper and deeper. Breathing in deeply. You see the air that you're breathing in as golden in color. Going in through your nostrils, into your lungs, and out. If there are any thoughts that come, let them pass. Let them drift by. Just like white clouds in a blue sky drifting by. And bring your complete focus, your complete attention to this very moment. As you bring your focus, your attention in the here and now, with the next deep breath in, I want you to see yourself at the front of your door, the front door to your house or apartment you may be living in. You've just come in, maybe after doing some shopping or back from work. As you get to your front door, you take the keys out from your pocket or your purse, whatever it is that you have. Put your keys into the lock. I want you to see yourself doing it, really visualizing it as I take you through this meditation. Putting your keys through and opening the front door to your home. When you get in, you lock the door behind you. Put down everything that you're carrying down on the floor. Take your shoes off. Put your keys away wherever they're supposed to go. And as you do that, you now start walking towards your kitchen. As As you walk towards your kitchen, I want you to notice as you enter your kitchen, everything in your kitchen, the worktop, the tiles maybe that you have on the floor, on the wall, what color the floor and the wall is, what is the worktop made of. Look at your kitchen cupboards. Maybe there are some utensils lying on top, on the worktop. Look at what utensils there are: plates, knives, forks, spoons. Maybe there are utensils in the sink, not yet washed. As you notice all of this, pay attention to every detail, trying to use all your 5 senses. You may even touch the wall, see how it feels. Is it coarse? And also touch the floor. If you're barefoot, feeling the floor. Is it smooth? Maybe cool, maybe warm. As you really open yourself up, looking around, maybe you've got pictures on the wall. You look at your fruit basket, you see what kind of fruits you have, noticing everything you have in your kitchen. You now walk up to the fridge freezer. You open the fridge, and in there again notice everything you have in the fridge. Maybe there are leftovers from last night. Maybe there is some milk, vegetables and fruits in there. The sauces that you store in your fridge, making note of everything in there. And you now reach out for a piece of fruit that you store in the fridge. Could be a strawberry, could be a peach, could be a grape. Whatever it is, as you reach out and you take it out from your fridge, closing the fridge door behind you, you take it over to the sink, and as you take it over to the sink, you wash it. Washing this piece of fruit, close the tap, and now you start walking over to your living room with it. As you go to your living room, again, I want you to notice everything in the living room. Is it carpeted? Is it tiled? What kind of flooring does it have? Feel it. Touch it. Looking at the walls. What color are the walls? Look at the furniture in your living room. The sofas. Maybe it also has the dining table on one side. Feel the texture of your sofas. What are they made of? What color are they? As you look at everything in your living room, pictures on the wall, the lights, you now sit down, on the sofa. Having made yourself comfortable, you take this piece of fruit in your hand and you start having it. As you have this piece of fruit, I want you to taste it. See if you can taste it. Munching it as you do, letting your saliva mix with it. Consuming the whole fruit that you've taken out of your fridge. Having had your fruit, you now take a deep breath in. 3 deep breaths actually, bringing yourself back to where you are right now. And when you're ready, you may open your eyes on the 4th breath in. Having done that, I want you now to write on the chat, did you taste the fruit? Tell me if you tasted the fruit and what fruit it was. If you just salivated, that was fine, that's fine too. And if nothing happened, that's okay too. If you aren't able to taste or salivate, that's fine too, because we're just trying this out, okay? Fantastic. Just going to disconnect now the microphone as you type in the chat. What did you taste? And did you actually taste it, or did you just salivate? I want you to write that down too. Wonderful. So I'm seeing a lot of answers coming in there. Tasted raspberries, tangerines, strawberries, but salivated, that's good. Didn't taste, that's fine. Just salivated, grape tasted, wow, fantastic. No taste, grapes, and yes, tasted too. Apple, sweet, brilliant. So it was an easy meditation today. I really wanted you to try this, especially for those who are beginners. You know, the experts will have found that this very easy. And you know, some of you did not taste it and did not salivate. That's fine too. Hopefully, we'll be able to do this over the week, and I want you to try this over and over again. You know, on the replay. Hopefully, if we get this, you'll be able to do one of the exercises that I want you to do. Is try this over and over again. So somebody saying I took out the grapes but didn't taste it. That's okay. So wonderful. A lot of you did taste the kiwi fruit. Was lovely, fantastic, excellent. So I'm going to just share again the slides. Also noticing that we've come up to 9 o'clock. So this was a trial meditations. At this point, thank you all for your sharings. You know, if there is any questions, you can put these questions down now. I think Shandip Bhai will be able to take us through them one by one, or Kilet Bhai. And happy to answer any questions you might have at this point. And then we'll kind of go through the other couple of slides once we finish, just as a summary and some final statements that I'd like to make. So over to Shandip Bhai now. I'm going to stop the share. Okay.
Thank you, Vishal. Just waking up now, so I hope you know, everyone's found this first session very useful, very tasty. But there are a couple of questions which have come in, and I'm monitoring the screens right now. But an earlier question which came in was, doing meditation sitting down, or can we lie down?
Right. So yeah, meditation you can do sitting down if you're comfortable. But if you've got a little bit of pain, maybe some people might have back pain, or you know, if they cross the legs, then they may not be able to focus. If there's a little bit of pain there too, Lying down is perfectly fine. In fact, that's how I started my journey, lying down, because I could really focus on the energy that was moving through. So, absolutely, you can do meditation lying down.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you. Second question, why is it important for every chakra to flow up and down?
Why is it important for the chakras? So, the chakra itself doesn't flow, it's the energy.
Energy. Sorry, why for the energy to flow up and down?
Wonderful. So, really good question. Um, the energy flows through us. So, we get energy from source coming up through the crown chakra into us and going right through into the root and then back into Mother Earth. And then because we are earthly beings, we were born here on this planet, Mother Earth also sends us energy. And this is how we're connected to her. In fact, the next meditation, which is next week, is to do with that. So the earth sends us energy and it flows up and down through us. And so does energy from, you could call it whatever it is, the universe or how we're connected, that source that is within us, that the energy flows through us. So yeah, it flows both ways, and it is important to have that uh, flowing freely, because like I said, it is our imprints, our karmas, that actually block these chakras, the
Mhm.
past experiences that we've had. And if those block them, then this energy doesn't flow through freely. Okay. I hope
Brilliant.
that.
What music can we use? Any, what kind of music can we use? Do we need
So
to use music?
yeah, so this is a very good question. So each chakra has a certain frequency. Now, what you'll see from next week, especially because today what we did was a very simple meditation. Next week it's going to get tough. Okay, so each chakra has its own frequency of music. So what I've done is I've used the same frequency for each chakra, and I'll let you know what those frequencies are next week, because it's very important to have that frequency for that chakra. There are certain features, characteristics of that chakra that I'll be sharing with you next week, and all of that I brought along into the meditation, and we'll be doing that meditation based on that.
Okay. Someone's asked a question. Was this a particular chakra? What chakra was this? The one you've just done?
Right. So no. So this was not. We start our journey with the chakras next week. This one was a simple meditation for people to get in slowly. I didn't want to put them into the deep end straight away, but this was a meditation so that they could familiarize themselves, especially because it was in a familiar surrounding, their own home, and people who especially haven't done meditation before. This is the best way to get into meditation. Okay.
How do you bring back your mind if you start drifting away on the meditations? So, if you're going into the fridge, Apple, then your mind is now gone somewhere else.
Yeah, some work that's outstanding, right? So it can happen to everybody. It happens to me too. Now the idea is allow it to be, and then slowly, two things you can do. You can see that thought that's come in as a white cloud that's just passing by, and allow it to flow, allow it and let it go, and then bring your attention back. Or just, if your mind's somewhere, slowly bring it back to what you're listening to, the meditation you're going through. It happens to most of us. We do drift. And what you'll find is, as you do more and more of these meditations, less and less of those thoughts will come in, and you'll be able to focus really well. Okay.
You people have asked you a personal question. Do you fall asleep again after meditating from 3 to 4 a.m.?
Okay. um, I don't fall asleep, because the meditation I'll do, and I'll share this with you on the ninth week, because that's a very powerful meditation. And this meditation I do every day is so powerful, it wouldn't let me fall asleep. So I'm just lying there, or I don't want to disturb anyone else, and I wake up in my own time at about 6 o'clock. But yeah, it's something that won't let me sleep, because I'm fully energized after doing the meditation.
Okay. Very good question, which came up. I'm just trying to find it. Wi-Fi, electronic devices, etc., interrupt our chakra flow energies.
They do. They do. And I actually found this out through my own experience. when I was going through it, I could actually sense even these telecom masts, the radiation that was coming through them. Because what happened to me at that time was my senses opened up, and they were so open that the radiation coming through from these masts I could sense, and I could tell even if they're miles away where this mast was. So they do affect us. At the same time, we're so powerful beings that if we are able to bring ourselves and elevate ourselves to a certain level, all of these is just child's play for us. Okay, so they will not be able to affect us. If we raise our own frequency, our own vibrations, then none of this will affect us. But yes, if you're in that sort of low place at a low frequency, it's likely that it will affect you, the Wi-Fi, and that's what I also do, especially children. If you've got children in your house, switch off the Wi-Fi at night. Do not have it on all the time. Okay.
Okay. Why are you wearing black?
Why am I wearing black? Fantastic. Good question. So this is what I'm going to tell you. So, like I said, darkness brings opportunities, and the reason why I'm wearing black today, I'm going to ask everyone who's going to be attending these sessions to change their colors as we go along. I didn't ask today because maybe not everyone has got a black shirt or a black top. Maybe actually a lot of people do, but the black is the start of a journey. Darkness is where everything grows from. If you think about a lotus, it grows in the gunk, in the mud. And when it grows, it becomes a beautiful lotus. So the journey we are on is from darkness to light. And as we go through the chakra colors, from black to the chakra colors and eventually to violet or white, that's the journey we're on. So the reason why I'm wearing black today is because of that. A lot of people think that, darkness is not good, but without darkness, there is no light. And without light, there is no darkness. Both of them work hand in hand. Okay.
I wasn't aware, but I'm wearing black as well. So
You're wearing black as well. Fantastic. Your intuition is working really well.
Absolutely. Are these sessions to learn how to meditate, or is there another reason for this?
So these sessions are to clear our chakras. Now, I also mentioned the Kundalini. If you read my WhatsApp messages, Kundalini is the energy that is potent energy that's lying in all of us at the base of our spine. Now, it's like when you clear your chakras, there are more chances that this Kundalini energy will rise. It happened to me, and it was only afterwards that I found out that this was the case. But when it rises, you want to be prepared. And all we're doing is we are preparing for this awakening. That at some point in our lives, whether it be this life, whether it be the next life, we will all go through this. Okay? So when this potent energy rises within us, we evolve, we become the supernatural being that we are, we actually connect to ourselves, and we find out who we truly are. Okay, so that's the purpose of these meditations that we'll be doing over the next few weeks.
Okay. Right, there's a technical question. Will the replays of these sessions be emailed to us? So that's not for Vishal to answer. We will be recording these sessions, but no, they will not be emailed as yet. Ideally, we want everyone to join the 9 sessions. However, we are working with the tech team this week to formulate what we will be able to do. So ideally, the question is, we'd like to all to be basically attending all 9 sessions, but we'll work on also the recordings, which will be on YouTube as well, but not visible right now. Okay.
If we can all send a heart to Kill It By, maybe you'll be able to do that for us.
Vishal, a quick recap of the app and what to do, etc. In terms of the app, please.
Okay, fantastic. So for now, if most of you have downloaded it, you've signed up, you'll be able to watch the masterclass, which I did with Kajal and Poli. Some of you might know them, but it's a masterclass that I recorded, and I shared this on the app. It will tell you how the 5 different ways of clearing your past, because that's what we are here to do, especially the negative past, the traumatic past, right? Where we build our karmas. Now, it is quite fast paced, so excuse me for that, but go through it. It's 35 minutes. Also within the app now is my own story. I shared this with 2 ladies, Mira and Nilma, and I recorded it. And it's about 10 minutes or more. And just if you're curious as to why I do this work, you can find out more from there. And going forward, depending on how, again, we were discussing this, as you know, Shandipai, if we're able to then use it to get people to fill those forms in, it will help us determine where it is that your chakras are blocked. Because without information, we can't really do much, isn't it? We need to know if we've got, for example, if we're going somewhere with the sat-nav, the sat-nav needs to know where you are, and then you put in your destination where you want to go. But it needs to know where you are at. So the app, once you fill those forms in over the next few weeks, you'll be able to determine where is it that you are at on this journey, how many chakras you've got blocked, and based on that information, you can do something about it. So that's where the app is going to help us.
Okay. I'm going to close on one final comment. I'm just going to find it. And this is from a lady called Ba. And she's put on there, and this is the final comment for the day. Got a funny feeling on the middle of the forehead. Is that significant?
Very significant. The third eye is at the middle of your forehead. And what this is, it's a very good question, actually. Because in this journey, you will find you may have a little bit of discomfort, a little bit of pain maybe in your body as we go through these meditations. Now remember, this pain has not been caused by these meditations. This pain has been there in your body. All these meditations are doing is they're awakening you to it, that it is there. It's making you aware. Now, if it was discomfort or pain in your forehead, it just means that your third eye is blocked. If it was a nice sensation on your forehead, a nice, fuzzy, pleasant sensation, it means that it's open. Okay? So as we go through this journey, I'll be telling you all of this for each chakra. But remember, you might feel a little bit of discomfort, pain, but it's just your body telling you. And this is how you communicate to your body, or your body is trying to communicate, and you understand it. And we go through all of this in the next few weeks.
Fantastic. So we come to a close for the first session of transformational meditation. Vishalbhai, thank you so much for the beginning. The journey has been really good. Where the hour and 15 minutes have gone is excellent. And Vishal's story is on the app, so do read up on that if you get a chance.
Can I just share 2 more slides, which after the Q&A?
Yeah, okay? We've got literally 1 more minute or so. So if you want to do that now, yeah.
Okay, it's very quick. It's going to take me a couple of minutes. So yes, next week we are wearing red. We're going to be doing the root chakra. So if you come in wearing red, I'll be wearing red. Or any color clothes. You don't have to be, suited and booted like this guy up here in the photo, but a nice red T-shirt or a shirt will be fine, or a top, because we want to make this journey joyful. So if you're doing it as a family, all of you wear red and join us. It'd be nice to see that. Also, what we'll do is the homework for this week is, if we are able to get this replay, do this meditation, and there is something that I'd like you to chant. Now, the chant is the Aum. I'll be sharing a video, and this is why it's important that you're on the WhatsApp chat. I'll be sharing a video of how to chant the Aum. Okay, this is a chant that will show you where there is any blockages. It is a beautiful chant, and it will tell you just through feeling it. Initially, you might not feel it, but doing it over and over again, you'll be able to feel where there are blockages in your body. Okay. And I think if we can get from the audience a final, question is how they found the session from 0 to 10. 0, it was boring. This is not for me. It's rubbish. And 10, it was fantastic. It really helped. I'm at a level of understanding, a better understanding. It'd be nice just to see that on the chat. And that's all. Thank you so
Vishal,
much.
we've closed all the questions, but
Okay,
yeah, we've actually closed the chat box. So,
that's fine.
but based on the fact that 240, 250 people are still on this to the end, I think it's been an extremely positive evening. I know it's getting late, so to everyone, watch out for the messages on the WhatsApp group, for the login details for next week and any videos, etc. Thank you for joining today, and see you all again at 8 p.m. next Monday. Thank you.
Fantastic. Got an A from Ronak. Thank you, Ronak. Thanks very much, everyone.
Thank you.